So around 10:40 last night, we were notified of a structure fire on Wildlife Lakes Road. Most of the crews were already out. We just had a smaller porch fire, outside porch fire on Walnut Street. So when the call kicked out, people were responding from all different areas of the city.
And what did you encounter when you got out there to Wildlife Lakes Drive?
So obviously West Burlington's a lot closer, and they had a great response time. Their first engine got there, and the rear of the home, there's a 3-season porch on the back. That was fully involved with fire extending into the house from there. But they did a good job getting a good initial knockdown on the fire. While they were doing that, our crew started arriving out there.
Okay, and how extensive was the damage to the interior of the home?
It was pretty extensive. So the fire traveled on the north side of the house, through the house, through the bedrooms, a couple other laundry rooms. There was a hallway there, and then came out through the garage. And when you would look at the house pull up, you would think, wow, that garage is where the fire damage was the worst. But that really wasn't the worst. It was around back of the house where the fire started on the porch.
So was the house, do you consider the house a total loss?
I'm sure there are areas of the house where doors were shut, or the fire itself didn't burn in there, but the smoke damage is extensive, and then water damage. The fire got up into the attic space, so all the insulation had to either be removed or wet down, or ceilings pulled throughout the entire house. So the attic, a lot of fire damage in the attic. So I would consider it's probably going to be a total loss for them. I don't see them rebuilding that house.
Okay.
But it's still standing. I mean, if you go out there, there's still all the exterior walls are intact. The roof, we never cut any holes in the roof. So, but inside, once you get inside, it's pretty extensive. There were holes burned through the floor into the basement.
Any indication of what started the fire?
No, we're still investigating the cause of the fire, but it's not suspicious. So yeah, so they noticed the lights outside. They had just went to bed, and she noticed something outside, and she woke her husband up. He was asleep, and said, hey, she thought somebody was outside on the porch. He walked outside. The fire was already burning on the porch, so he went in, got his wife up or out of bed, and said, you need to get the dogs and get out of the house. And he attempted to extinguish the fire, but when he went back to the porch, there was too much fire there for him to try to put out. So he helped her and the dogs get out of the house. He then turned right around and tried to go in and just to get his wallet out of the bedroom where he just was at, and he said he couldn't get into the bedroom to get his wallet out. Fire had already spread into the bedroom. So they had working smoke detectors, which was great, but when the fire first started, it wasn't in the house. It was on the 3-season porch, kind of an exterior fire. And it's a good distance from any fire department, so it's not like we're just around the corner and there's a fire hydrant and you can show up there with 15 people. It takes a while to amass a good firefighting force out there and establish a good water supply. We got our water supply going, which meant people backing tankers down that long, narrow road. There's nowhere to turn around, so they had to back down to dump water, and it just took a lot of time. Once people got there, once we had the tankers lined up, then we had a great continuous water supply. So.
Okay.